Let's open with prayer this morning. Please join me and take this time now to just bring yourself fully present into this wonderful life that is God. To just focus on all of the beauty around you and acknowledge all the things that God is. That love and support that we always feel. The protection, the guidance that is always with us. How wonderful to know that all we have to do is go within inside and connect with that wonderful being. We know with every part of us that God is truly all there is in this world. So we focus now on gratitude this morning and how grateful we are to be present in this world, to have the love that we share, the companionship that we have during these days. And we live in joy without fear. We move through our days in gratitude and thanks for all the beauty around us, for the love of the people in our world. And we are so grateful for our church unity that has brought us so much during this time, and for our Reverend Jeanne, who every Sunday gets up here and does a service for us. I thank you, God, for our church. I thank you for all of the people in it. And I release this now into that one mind, knowing that all there is God. And so it is.
And so it is.
Amen.
Thank you, Maria. And welcome to Unity Church of Sun Lakes. We are a spiritual center of love and light, teaching and supporting one another in transforming our lives by living the truths taught by Jesus Christ and other master teachers. Our vision is a world of oneness where all people are free to express their divine potential. And I heard a song this week that I wanted to share with you. It reminded me of our vision statement. And it goes like this. One life living as you and me, one life shining as you and me, one love loving as you and me, 'cause God is all there is. One life living as you and me, one life loving as you and me, one love living as you and me, 'cause God is all there is. Oh, I'm shining from the inside out. I'm so happy, I just want to shout. One life living as you and me, one life shining as you and me, one love loving as you and me, 'cause God is all there is. One life living as you and me, one life shining as you and me, one love living it, loving as you and me, 'cause God is all there is. Isn't that great? Yes. I love that song.
Yes.
I'm gonna have to get some music for that one. It's a tongue twister. Well, thank you for inviting us into your home this morning. It's wonderful to be here and to be with both of you. And now we're going to have the daily word, and Bettina is going to deliver the daily word on compassion.
Yes, our daily word is on compassion. And it is saying that I am kind and compassionate, which we all know we are. Seeking to grow in compassion, I look to the example of Jesus. Gospel stories give many examples of Jesus showing compassion by demonstrating keen awareness of the needs and feelings of friends and strangers alike. I remember learning that Jesus did not turn away from social outcasts. He instead healed them and shared meals with them. His compassion fed a multitude and restored wine into a wedding reception. Upon learning that his dear friend had died, Jesus wept. Even when his disciples deserted him as he was crucified, Jesus asked God to forgive them. As I desire to grow in compassion, I know that my kind words and even simply my loving presence provide comfort. I listen deeply with my heart as well as with my ears. Let each of you look not to your own interests, but to the interests of others. Philippians 2:4.
Thank you, Bettina.
You're welcome.
And now we're going to sing In the Silence, if you guys will join me to prepare for meditation. In the silence, there is a sacred place, a secret meeting place. God is there. In the silence, I find my upper room, a holy supper room. God is there. Oh, my good is within. In my heart, I'm listening. In the silence, there is a sacred place, a secret meeting place. God is there. Peace is there. I am there. And Maria is going to do our meditation this morning.
Please join me now in closing your eyes, beginning to relax. Take a deep breath and feel that breath just go all through your body, and hold that breath for just a moment and then let it go. And take another deep breath. Hold it and let it go. And just allow your entire body, your mind, to just completely relax and let go of all the outer and become focused within. And focus now on that space inside you, which is truly all there is, which you are. Focus on God. And just take a moment for you, what that feels like. To be totally there, connected with the one presence. That presence that's there to guide you during difficult times, to comfort, and to remind you of all that you are. And begin to find this morning that upper room, that room of the highest elevations. Focus on the light and the brightness and the joy that's there. And just feel it. And feel that light as it just permeates your entire being, filling you with healing, with love. You are always protected and loved. And feel that now. Just take that moment and just feel that beautiful love surrounding you. It is peace, it is joy, it is guidance, it is all things. It is who you are. And focus now on raising that consciousness to the higher levels. And begin to always focus on love. Focus on joy. Focus on God. And now, as you begin to bring yourself back here to this room today, bring that higher room with you. Bring that higher level of consciousness with you. And as you go about your days, go from this level. Look away from the sadness. Look away from all that we see on the news and just focus on who we really are, who you are. Coming back now, bringing that joy, that upper room. Open your eyes and just be happy to be here today.
Lovely. Thank you. Happy August. This month, we're going to spend our time celebrating and commemorating our personal, individual, spiritual growth and expansion by looking at where we've been, where we are, and where we are going. And I can assure you that this will be a very powerful month for you if you would like to see your past, your present, and your future in a new light. And in new ways that can support and empower the value of your past, the incredible nature of your now, and your amazing future. All of which are, of course, part of your journey of expressing the God of your being in the highest way possible. So this month, it's going to be pretty personal. And we're going to start with being personal right now. So I'd like you to think back to where you found yourself on your spiritual path before you really began your spiritual journey. Perhaps that was 50 years ago. Maybe it was just 30 minutes ago. But I suspect somewhere between 30 minutes and 50 years is where all of us will fall. And then right here, identify the time period, or perhaps the moment in your life when you started to take your spiritual life seriously. When you said in one way or another something like, I need to do things differently. What I'm doing isn't working. It's not bringing me peace and joy, love and abundance. I'll never forget mine. When I was 26 years old, I was getting a divorce. And I moved in with my baby sister, Amy. And during that magical time, I discovered my spiritual journey because it was the most painful period of my life thus far. And I turned to God. And I meditated every single morning for minimum of 10 minutes, maybe 20. And every single evening, I never missed a beat. And I can tell you, I was so deeply connected to the divine that I had a knowing that I was in the world, but I was not of this world. So today is about being grateful for putting our feet on that path and celebrating who we are today because we said yes to a spiritual journey. One Sunday, a visitor minister gave a sermon about celebrating being grateful for all of the special moments and experiences in our lives. And during this lengthy talk on gratitude, he spoke of many things in his life that he had to celebrate, including his college graduation, his marriage, his birth of his children, his ordination, and on and on and on. And then, with the microphone on, he moved into the congregation and asked congregants about the blessed moments that they would like to celebrate in gratitude this morning. So he walked up to a gentleman and he said, "Sir, can you tell us about a special moment in your life that you would like to celebrate right now?" And he says, "Yes, I would like to celebrate the one time I went to church and we had a short sermon and got out of there on time." That could have been my dad, because I've heard my dad say many times, "Yes, we got out of church early." Well, today's not going to be the shortest sermon, but I promise you it won't be the longest either. And in case you're interested, the longest sermon ever delivered was by a minister in West Richland, Washington in 1955. It lasted 48 hours and 18 minutes. A congregation of 8 was still present at the sermon's end. That was out of the Mammoth Book of Trivia. Well, today, I warned you that this was going to be a very personal month. And by the way, Reverend Tony's speaking next week, as I'm going on vacation next week. So I'm excited about that. But I want you right now to take a moment to think about your spiritual journey and the moment that put you on it. And if you're anything like me, it was pain that put you on that spiritual journey. And that is often a motivator for us, right?
Yes. Yep.
Yeah. And let me just say that I am so grateful that my ex-husband behaved the way that he did. So incredibly grateful to him for that. Although it was a very painful experience and it took me a long time to get to gratitude. So I would love to invite you to feel into the deepest gratitude, whatever experience or time period or whatever it was that got you on your spiritual journey. I invite you to feel the deepest gratitude. Now, just for this moment, you can pick up your pain and anger and your upset and whatever other emotions you may have about it later. You can pick it up later if you want to. But just for this moment, I ask you to recognize and to feel grateful that that experience put your feet on the path of your spiritual journey. And how powerfully that prepares us to be deeply grateful for what is right now. Now, I've made an interesting observation about myself over these past 14 years practicing in this amazing faith, this philosophy, this way of living that is called New Thought or Unity. As I have shifted and grown and emerged, becoming more and more of who I really am, the truth. And I doubt that I am unique in this phenomenon that occurs. So see if you recognize this within yourself as well. As I traveled on the journey of awakening, I would have a particular way of being or looking at the world, or of speaking, or of thinking, or of feeling that I realized wasn't really serving me. It wasn't helping me create the God-filled life that I deserved. It wasn't reflective of the truth of my being. And so I intentionally set forth to change it, to align myself with the spiritual truth, to change my thinking and to change my life. That was a good Wayne Dyer book. Change your thoughts, change your life. And I did this through my spiritual practices of self-awareness, prayer, seeing a mentor, meditation, taking classes, and engaging in self-study. Tithing is a huge one for me. Service. Are you with me so far?
Yeah.
Yes? You can relate to these?
Absolutely.
Wonderful. And then I just shifted and I changed. Now pay attention. Here's the phenomenon. When I became a more evolved version of myself, I instantly forgot the old self, the old way of being, the old way of thinking, behaving, feeling, and therefore I actually didn't even realize that I had changed. I simply became a new me with this evolved or expanded way of looking at the world, or of speaking or thinking. And this now, it's just simply who I am. And then I would be happily on my way to my next opportunity to evolve. So can you see yourself in this also?
Yes.
We make huge, monumental life changes. Life-altering, shifting. But we don't realize that we've even done it. Let alone take a moment to celebrate it in gratitude. And it is only in those moments when we consciously choose to reflect on where we've been and where we are now that we are stopped in our tracks. Holy cow! Look at how we've changed. I am completely different than I was when I was 26 years old. I am completely different than I was yesterday. I don't have those old thoughts running through my head anymore. When did they go? When did I stop playing small? When did I start responding to life differently? I feel so much better now than I did before I was immersed in new thought. I now have a strong relationship with God through prayer and my faith. So how cool is that? You can relate? Mm-hmm. Yes. Dennis Merritt Jones, in his book, The Art of Being, he writes, "Give yourself a gift of a sacred moment in the now. With great and clear intention, contemplate and connect with the miracle of life, where God is always present. Celebrate your unity with God and truly be in awe." The word awe is the root from which the word awesome comes. And that is what you really are. Not because I say so, but because God is awesome. And what God is, so too are you. It's just a matter of time, a matter of taking time to think about the wonder of it all. So I want us to take a few moments now to think about the wonder of it all. Actually, the wonder of you, and celebrate what is. So here's what I'll ask you to do this week. I want you to write down one thing that you celebrate about who you are today. One area where you look back on your journey of evolution. You see you have so shifted and expanded. We don't need the story about the journey. We just need to see how different you are. More expanded and clearer about who you are. This is not a time to be shy and reserved. No playing small here. Toot your own horn. And it's okay to do that. In fact, it's a wonderful gift to give to yourself. Now, everyone, I want you to hold your hands out as an extension of your energy, your love, your joy, your celebration, your gratitude. And feel yourself sending it out to each person in our community. And feel yourself receiving it. Breathe it in. Breathe it in several times. Now, give yourselves a standing ovation. And I want to say thank you, and thank you. I want to thank everyone who has had a hand in any way, shape, or form in creating who this community is. Gratitude is such a powerful thing. It's such a powerful causative emotion. In reading Wallace Wattles' great work, The Science of Getting Rich, there's a passage in chapter 7. It says, gratitude does bring you more good, but that's not the only reason to practice gratitude. Gratitude is preventative, because without gratitude, it won't be long until our thoughts will flip into, wait a minute, what's wrong? Something's missing, right? That's part of our human machinery. It'll sneak up on us if we are not mindful. So gratitude not only invokes the law of increase of our greater good, but it prevents the downdraft of moving into ideas and feelings of what's wrong. And thereby creates more of that. When we really get into the stream of gratitude, there is a natural pull to a higher life. A life with more meaning and purpose. This is a higher consciousness, a feeling tone, and appreciation. And all the things that begin to attract themselves to us are in harmony with that gratitude. I love the words of Charles Fillmore, our founder, on gratitude. Words which express thanks, gratitude, and praise. Release energy of mind and soul. Their use is usually followed by effects so pronounced that they are quickly identified with the words that provoke them. Let your words and praise of thanksgiving be of spirit. The increase will be even greater than when they are addressed to man. The resources of spirit are beyond our highest flight of imagination. You can praise a weak body into strength. A fearful heart into peace and trust. Shattered nerves into poise and power. It is an easy matter to give thanks for what we already have. It is not so easy to give thanks for what we hope to receive. Giving thanks in advance brings to pass a present expectation. Pray, believing that you have received, and you shall receive. So keep your center of attention on spirit. I want to bring our time together to a close by sharing with you a writing called I Put My Hand in Yours. The author's unknown. And it speaks to the power of the collective that we experience every time we come together in community. And just because you're not in this room with us does not mean that we are not together in community. I put my hand in yours, and together we can do what we could never do alone. No longer is there a sense of hopelessness. No longer must we each depend on our own unsteady willpower. We are all together now, reaching out our hands for power and strength greater than our own. And as we join hands, we find love and understanding beyond our wildest dreams. Brings to mind why Bettina is part of the board now, is with the Sunshine Committee. We're connected, and we have ways to connect. Thank you. So our affirmation for today, and I'll read it through, and then if you'll repeat after me. I am at one with vigorous life, wisdom, and spiritual understanding, and I now fully manifest them with deep gratitude. Okay, I'll take it in pieces. I am one with vigorous life,
I am one with vigorous life,
wisdom and spiritual understanding,
wisdom and spiritual understanding,
and I now fully manifest them
and I now fully manifest them
with deep gratitude.
with deep gratitude.
Thank you. And now we'll play our, well, before I do, I am so blessed. I wanted to, she's sleeping. Well, oh. All right, let's go into our offering. I did want to let you guys know that we are looking into having the ability to tithe digitally. We're working on that right now with the board, and for right now we still are accepting checks at Kathy McCleary's at 10405 East Silver Tree Drive, Sun Lakes, Arizona 85248. We're deeply grateful for all of the tithes, offerings that come in. Thank you so much. It's really awesome to have a place to tithe, to put ourselves in the flow of giving and receiving. So we're grateful. So as you take your tithe, if you don't have it handy, just place it in your heart as we say together, divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive.
I am so blessed. Thank you, God.
Thank you.
And now we'll sing, I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I am. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. So we give thanks for these many blessings of today, and know that they are but a symbol of the inexhaustible substance of the universe. I give thanks that 10 times this much is now on its way to me and quickly manifests in perfect ways. We bless the givers and the receivers of these gifts. Thank you, God. Thank you so much. And now it is time to stand and close with the peace song and the prayer for protection. You guys want to join me? The light of God surrounds us. I am the light of God. The love of God enfolds us. I am the love of God. The power of God protects us. I am the power of God. The presence of God watches over us. I am the presence of God. And wherever we are, God is, and all is well. And now we'll do the peace song.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, a peace that was meant to be, with God as creator, family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow to